Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 60. You are watching the Me and My Dog and Some Yarn video podcast. And if you're new to the group, my name is Kim. I'm also known as Black Horse on Ravelry. And you can find me on Instagram as Black Horse Knitter. So, welcome to the show. I'm also on Periscope as Black Horse Knitter. So if you would follow me there, you might catch Periscope this weekend. My mom and I are going on the yarn crawl. It's our third year to attend. And since I can't physically take you guys with me, I would love to take you guys with me. How much fun would that be? But since I can't physically take you with me, I thought I might do a periscope or two on the yarn crawl so you can take a peek into the yarn shops that are here in Texas. We've got some fabulous ones, although none of them are close to me. These are going to be in Austin and San Antonio area. And as you guys know, I'm in Houston, so we've got a little bit of a drive, but we are so excited, and I want to take you with me. So go follow me on Periscope, and then I might, when I get back, if I can, put together a little video of our trip. I thought that would be fun. I'm not good at editing, so I don't know how good it will be, but we'll see. So yeah, I'm excited about that, and I'll tell you more about that later. Let me announce the new members. Okay, so we have Linda, who is from the United States, and she is Lady Bowhunter WT on Ravelry. So welcome, Linda. And then we have Sylvia, who is Bedacious1221, and she's from North Carolina. So welcome, Sylvia. We have a My M Burrows, and I'm not sure of the name or the place where this person lives, but welcome to the group. We're happy to have you. And then we have Angela, who is Angelize 7664. And she is from Las Vegas. So welcome, Angela. We also have Kelly. No, I'm sorry. We have Kathy. And Kathy is Kathy345, and Kathy is from Illinois. So welcome, Kathy. We also have Maureen, who is from Winnipeg, Canada. And Maureen is Victorian Studio, and she actually has a podcast. She is going to be a co-host with me and with Mary of what is it? Farmagurumi. We're going to co-host with Pinhook and Needles ladies. So I'll tell you a little bit more about that. That's going to be the toy along. So welcome, Maureen, to the group. Then we have Amy, and Amy, I am totally going to mess up your username, so I'm going to spell it. It's LAMANCHAMAMA. I don't know how to say that. I'm very sorry. But Amy is from Germany, so welcome, Amy. It's great to have you to the group. Let us know how to say your name. Then we have Vonnie, and Vonnie is Studio Von Designs, and she is from California. So welcome, Vonnie. And then we have Sandy, who is from California, and Sandy is Stitched by Mimi. So welcome to the group. I'm happy to have all of you. So yeah, thanks for joining, and I can't wait to meet you guys and see your projects in the group. So thanks for joining us. So I mentioned the toy along. Okay, the toy along has begun. Hang on, I dropped my notes. Sorry about that. Okay, so the toy along started October 1st, and it runs through December 31st. And it was started a few years ago by Talia and Marlisha, and they did this toy along, and they make toys, and they give them as gifts, or they donate them to charity, and they've been doing it for a few years. And this year I get to participate and be a co-host, and I'm so excited. My camera's doing weird things. It looks like it might have stopped now. I hope it did. Okay, so there's two other co-hosts, and that is Maureen, who is Victorian Studios, which I just announced a while ago, and she has the Victorian Studios podcast, so go check that out. And then we have Mary, who is Pharmagurumi, and Mary has the Yarnaceuticals podcast, and Mary is from Texas. I missed her at Stitches, Texas. I found her podcast right before, and I was going to look for her, and I didn't see her, but I was a little bit sidetracked by all the yarn, so, I mean, I might have walked right past her. I'm not sure. Anyways, that would have been fun to meet her. But the toy along, okay, get back to the toy along. The toy along runs October 1st through December 31st. Every group has different rules. You can double dip. I don't care if you double dip. If you're knitting for the toy along, you can join my group and the other three groups, podcast groups. If you're knitting a toy, but it can go into some other podcast that's not even a toy along, and it can count as that's perfectly fine. For me, you can start the toy anytime, but you do need to finish the toy within the time period, October 1st through December 31st. And you can enter one toy per week for my group, and you need to post a picture of it. And it would be great if you would tell us what pattern you use, because if we see your toy and we think it's cute, we might want to go knit one for ourselves. So if you could tell us the pattern, or where the pattern came from, or did you make up the pattern in your head, just that would be great. So yeah, I'm excited. There's going to be some prizes, and I haven't announced the prizes yet. And if you are a bag maker, or a stitch marker maker, or a yarn dyer, whatever, if you would like to donate a prize for the podcast, I would greatly, greatly appreciate your help in coming up with some wonderful prizes. So you could contact me on Ravelry. My username's Blackhorse, or if you want to email me, you can do that too. You can email me at blackhorseknitter@gmail.com, and I can tell you where to send the prize. Yeah, so that would be great if you can donate a prize. So what else? I guess that's about it. Let's go ahead and jump into the knitting. I've got a lot to show you. I'm so excited. I have some finished objects. One is a crazy project that you guys are probably going to laugh at. My cousin, Lisa, she lives in College Station, or Bryan College Station, Texas, home of the Aggies. Yeah, she lives there, and she lives out on some land, and she has some chickens, and she has some goats and things like that. But she was writing on Facebook about wanting chicken jackets, and I had seen chicken jackets or chicken sweaters knitted. So I texted her and said, hey, I've got a pattern for a chicken sweater. If I make one, I'll send it to you, and would you just send me a picture? Because I just thought it was funny. A chicken jacket. They actually, I guess, use them for when chickens molt in the winter. So anyways, I did find a picture of one here. I just thought that was hilarious. Is that not the funniest thing you've ever seen? It cracks me up. So I found this pattern. It was a free pattern on Ravelry. It's called Little Hen Version Pattern. It is free, so I can go ahead and show you. It's written in the UK, so some of the terms are different from here in the US. It calls for double knitting yarn, and from what I understand, that's worsted weight yarn for people in the US. So I went through my stash and I still had some yarn, some acrylic yarn left over from the crocheted blanket that I made my grandma. So I pulled that out and I made a chicken sweater and I finished it in 2 nights. So let me go ahead and show you my chicken sweater. Here it is. It is so cute. It's yellow, obviously, and I did a little stitch of a heart on the front, and I crocheted a little blanket stitch around the top, around the neck, and it has these little tabs, and you button it over here. The wing goes through here, and I'm going to get some red buttons. I probably have some in my stash. I just haven't looked. I haven't looked through my stash to sew on the buttons, but that's all I have to do left is just sew the little buttons onto the back of the sweater. I cannot wait to see one of Lisa's chickens in this sweater. This is going to be so funny. But the pattern was pretty easy to follow. I did find some errors in the pattern, and I'm not sure. There are a few things I might have changed about the pattern, but overall it was a great pattern. It produced a relatively easy sweater for a chicken. And so I'm going to sew buttons on this in the next day or two and get this out in the mail to Lisa. And I cannot wait for her to take a picture and text me a picture of her chicken. That's just too funny. So that was just a little project I wanted to do, and for something easy and something I could get off the needles really fast. Then I did finish my socks for for September. And they're the Whiz-Bang Socks, and they are by Sarah, Mrs. Shoe, and she has the Inna Snit podcast. So if you're not watching that podcast, you need to go check it out. But I finished. Yay. The yarn is Desert Vista Dye Works, and this is the 1949's M&M's variegated yarn, and I'm not sure what the base is, but it's superwash merino and nylon. And check the pattern out for the Whiz-Bang. I love this pattern. It's perfect for variegated yarn. If I didn't do this pattern, you can see what the yarn would knit up like without the pattern, but the pattern just really makes the yarn pop. And I absolutely love these. I love the heel construction. I've never knitted this before, but it has, I guess it's called the gusset, is at the bottom of the foot. I think. I don't know all my terms for knitting socks, so I'm not sure if I said that right or not, but I really like it. The only thing I would do different with this is I would start this increase. It says 2 inches before the end of your foot, 2 inches minus the length of the bottom of your foot, and it's a little bit long for me. I'm not sure if it's the needles I used or what, but I think I would start it probably at 2.5, maybe even 3 inches before, because I like them a little bit snug on the bottom. I like them to fit better, and I feel like these might sag on me. I haven't worn them yet, so I'm not sure. We will see. I also love the toe construction because you can't see on the blockers, but it's shaped towards the toe. So you have a right sock and a left sock, and I love that. I love the way the toe fits. So go check out the pattern. It's called Whiz-Bang, and it's by Mrs. Shoe on Ravelry. Okay, so that's 2 finished projects. Yay! What else do I have in my bag? Dottie, come lay down. Come lay down. Y'all want to see Dottie? Say hello. Say hello. What are you doing? Oh my goodness. It's about dinner time here, so I think Miss Dottie is wanting to be fed. Okay, so that's all the finished objects. Let me let her out for a minute. Or not. Come sit down. Come sit down. If I let her out, she's gonna think she's about to eat, so I'd better not. She can wait a few more minutes. So let me go ahead and show you my works in progress. I am working on another cowl, and I think it's I should have written it down. This is one thing I didn't write down. I think it's the Appia shawl, and it's by Hillary Kellis Smith, and the yarn is Cascade Heritage, and it is in the, what color? 5606 is the colorway. Okay. I am knitting this for a friend. This is for Cynthia, and look at this color. Is that not beautiful? It's just a really pretty wine color. Has a dotty fuzz on it. But it's knitting up really fast, and I haven't knitted on this in about 2 weeks. But the part that I'm about to show you, I've done this in like 2 days. So it's going to be a cowl. It's the cowl that looks kind of like a drapey, as though you have draped a shawl around you. It's kind of got that little hangy stuff in the front, and I absolutely love it. There's a close-up of it. It's just gorgeous. She is absolutely going to love this. Maybe I'm showing you the wrong side. I think I was showing you the wrong side. It looks good on either side. It's almost hard to tell. But anyway, she's going to like this. I should have it done in a few weeks, I hope. And she lives in Amsterdam, so I will get that off to her as soon as it's done. I know it gets cold over there, and she could probably use it. So that's one thing I'm working on. Other thing, a pair of socks for myself. Knitty Girl 1, who is Heidi of Undead Yarn, and I are doing a kit together, and I sent her samples of fabric, and she dyed up skeins of yarn, and we've got them for sale in our Etsy shops. So you can go to Me, My Dog, and Some Yarn. The first "and" is off of my shop on Etsy because it was too long to take. So it's Me, My Dog, and Some Yarn. And the kits are up for sale. They went up for sale yesterday in my shop. And here is the bag. And this is my new style bag. It has a handle, which is a new addition from my bags. The handle has a little snap, and the snap is wonderful because you can unsnap it and hook it around anything. Like in my closet, I have wooden clothes hangers, you know, the long wooden rod, and so I hook these up in my closet, and then that way they're hung up and they're nice and they're neat. And anyways, they also have the drawstring, the grosgrain drawstring, and I don't know that you can tell, but I've zigzagged the edges so they're not going to unravel. And they have a label. And look at that yarn, you guys. Heidi did a wonderful job on this yarn. I am knitting, it's self-striping, and it's merino. It's really faded out there. It's merino. It's much brighter in person. It's merino and superwash merino and nylon, and it has to be the softest sock yarn I've ever used. It's just like knitting a cloud, and I cannot wait to put my feet in this. It is just so soft. But I'm doing a toe-up sock, and it matches the bag quite nicely. She did a fantastic job, and our kit does come with the little place marker as well. And this one is a spider. Why is it backwards? Turn around, little spider. There we go. It's a little spider place marker. And so you get the yarn, the bag, and the place marker all together. We have very limited quantity, so if you're interested, you need to go check it out. Her Etsy store is, of course, Undead Yarn. So if I'm out, you can check Undead Yarn. If she's out, you can check me, my dog, and some yarn. We each have a set quantity, and when they're gone, they're gone. So go check them out, guys. But this is so soft. This is my first one, and I've knit on it just 3 nights. It's just so soft. And then you can see I've put in my waist yarn for the afterthought heel. And I'm knitting on size 1.5s. And these are knit picks, circulars for Magic Loop. And I just can't say enough nice things about Heidi's yarn. I have another skein of Heidi's yarn, which I got at the first yarn crawl, and I got that in, I think, Jonestown, and this lady was following me around. She wanted that yarn, and she commented on it, and she talked to me about it, and oh, what kind of yarn is that? You know, that's just beautiful. And she followed me around. I think she thought I was going to set it down, but I did not set it down. I haven't knitted with it yet, but it's going to be the next pair of socks that I knit after this one's finished, because it's beautiful. It's orange and black, and it's, I think it's called Witchy Poo, and I just love that. But anyways, so that is in here, and that is another project that I'm working on. I also have finished 9 pairs of socks for the 3rd quarter of the officially unofficial Desert Vista Dye Works Sock of the Month Club. I cannot believe I finished 9 pairs of socks this year. So the next pair, I wanted to cast on my Zombie Bride colorway Desert Vista Dye Works, and I cannot find that to save my life. I don't know what happened to it. It has to be around here somewhere. At the 1st of January, I sat down with a computer and I took pictures of every single skein of yarn in my cabinet there, and I cannot find it. I'm thinking it must have got put in a bag, and it's in the closet of doom there. It is so full. I have got to clean that out. I mean, it's all craft things, but it has just become overwhelming, and I've got to go through it at some point, because I'm planning on moving this craft room over to my son's room, who graduated from Texas Tech and is in his apartment, and he won't be moving back, and that room is bigger than this room. So thinking about doing that, and that's probably when I'm going to tackle that closet of doom and find my Desert Vista Dye Works Zombie Bride. I can't remember the exact name, but it's really pretty. It's white, and it's got beautiful stripes. Anyways, so the only other skein of Desert Vista Dye Works is one that I actually won in a contest, and this is Eau Clark, and it's a Christmas colorway, and it's self-striping, and I cannot wait to cast this one on. I'm going to go ahead and cast this one on, and I did order another skein just yesterday, actually, and that one, when it comes, I will use for November, and then hopefully I can find my my other one, and if not, I'll place another order, because I love her yarn. So that's another project that's going to happen very soon. And what else is in my basket? Okay, I think that's all my works in progress and finished items. I did finish a shawl, and it's blocking, so I'll show you guys that next week. And I did get my stitch markers from from Vintage Rose. I cannot speak. As you guys remember, I left my stitch markers in her booth at the Stitches, Texas, and she was sweet enough to mail them to me. And I bought Falling for Fall, and these have the lobster claw. And there's a squirrel and acorns and a leaf and a pumpkin, and this over here is a scarecrow. So cute. Her website, if you're not able to catch her at a show, is vintageroseloves.com. And definitely check her out. She's got great customer service, very sweet, very friendly, and her items are gorgeous. This one, I had to have this. I love Halloween. And this is, I Put a Spell on You. And it's the large stitch markers. And there's a witch's broom, a spider, a bat, a witch's hat, and a cauldron. And I just love that. Now that I've showed you, I can break them open and use them. I've been dying to use them, but I wanted you to see them first. And here is her card. You want to check out her shop. And let's go back. Okay, so, anyways, that in there, that over there. What else did I get? I have been very good not really purchasing anything new because of Stitches, Texas, and because the yarn crawl, and then we've got the Kid and You in November, and just so many yarn activities. But I did place an order from 8 Bits Dream, and that is like the number 8 Bits Dream. She makes stitch markers, and she's on Etsy, and I found one I just could not live without, and I had to make a purchase. She put it in this cute little bag here, and she sent me extra goodies. Oh my goodness. Very sweet lady. It came fast. The 2 stitch markers came together. This is the first one. And let's see if I could turn it around. It's got the lobster claw, and it is a little trick-or-treat Halloween basket. So very cute. And then this one came with it. The 2 came together in a set, and this is a Candied Apple. Isn't that the cutest thing you ever saw? I just love that. So very cute. And then she was sweet enough to send me 2 extra stitch markers. There's a little paint palette and a chocolate covered pretzel. So very sweet. And they also have the lobster claws. So I can use these as place markers, or I can use them in crochet. And if the needle's tiny enough, probably a 1 or a 2, I could use them as regular stitch markers. So I don't think she watches my podcast, but that was very, very sweet of her to add 2 extra little stitch markers. So I really got 4 stitch markers instead of the 2 that I ordered. I thought that was very sweet. Anyways, the shop name is 8-Bit Dreams, and she can be found on Etsy. So that was that. She sent me a really sweet little note too. Her name is Angie. And I want to make sure. Oh, no. The label on the label on the package that came in the mail says 8-Bit Dreams, but her shop name is Candy Shop Fibers. Candy Shop Fibers. So go check her out. I'm sorry I got the name wrong. Candy Shop Fibers. Glad I looked at that. Okay, so then I didn't have any other purchases, but I did receive some things. My son went to Amsterdam to see his mother, and while he was there, he went to a yarn shop. There's several there, and he went to the one that I believe is owned by Stephen West, I believe. And I forgot the name of it. I should have looked it up. But he went and he got me a skein of sock yarn. And I cannot wait to knit with this. I love blues. Blues work for any socks, in my opinion. Because I wear a lot of blue jeans, and so they just go, right? It's Admiral or Duck. And the color just has a number, but it's made in Germany, and it is fantastic. Then, so he left it there. He came back, and he accidentally left the yarn at his mom. So his mom was nice enough to send me some yarn along with what Vincent left. So she sent me this really cute little card, and it looks like a lady with yarn, actually. Really sweet little note. And she sent me, she has yarn at her market. We don't have yarn at our market. That is so unfair. But she sent me this. And it has sparkles and sequins. And it's much blacker than that in person. But that is the name of the yarn right there. I will not attempt to tell you what that says. But it's beautiful. It's black with royal blue. And so that is going to be a shawl for sure. And then I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with this. And you guys are going to laugh when you see this because it is huge. Oh, look, it's bigger than my head. Oh my gosh. It's called Rainbow, and it's, I'm not sure. I think it's the same brand as the other one. And it's 12.32 ounces, which is 957 yards. I could probably make some type of sweater out of this one skein. Yes. I love the colors. I love red. So this is awesome. So I don't think Cynthia watches, but Cynthia, if you watch, this is wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much for thinking of me. You're very, very sweet. So is that all I have? Surely. Oh, I have a book review. That's right. I haven't done one in a very long time. And I need to hurry because it's already almost 5 o'clock here. I'm already at 33 minutes. Dottie is starving to death. But I do have a magazine out, and I want to flip through it real quick. If you're new to the podcast, I try on every episode to show you a vintage knitting or crochet magazine because I collect them. This one is today's woman. It's Knit It and Needlework. And it looks like it's from the 60s, right? 60s or 70s. Let's see. My mom bought me this one. My mom bought me this one a few weeks ago at an antique store. Let me see. 1968. 1968. I just love looking at the pictures in these books. This is number 6. At the beginning, it shows you how to do basic knit and crochet stitches and helpful hints. Here's a needle point. And what else? Dottie's staring at me. She's so cute. She's starving. Uh-oh, she knew I was talking about her. Now she's back over here. Most of this is needlepoint. Let me, okay, here. Here we go. Here's some sweaters. Really cute. I love this one right here. Isn't it cute? Haven't done this in so long. I'm forgetting which way to go with the magazine so I can get it in the screen. Here's some bulky knits. That's over here. Here's more bulky knits. This one has like a pom-pom tie. And here we've got a cardigan and some more bulky knits. I don't really like to knit with bulky yarn. I used to, but I've been knitting so much with sock yarn that I don't really like knitting with big needles now. I guess it's just I'm not used to it maybe. But I noticed last time I knitted with big yarn, it hurt my hand. It like gave me a hand cramp. I guess it was the needles. Check out this dress. It's got a cowl that you can pull up over your head. That's just too funny. And here's a man's sweater. Actually has quite a bit of knitting in this magazine. First I was a little worried when I opened it up because it had just a needlework. It's like a sweaters, cabled sweaters from Mom and the whole family actually, Dad and the boy. And then here's more knitted dresses. And then over here we have a crochet dress. And, oh, I love this one. If I could crochet, I would totally make that dress. That would be so cute. I would knit it or crochet it. I would crochet it in black and then make like a beige lining to go underneath it. Or vice versa. I could knit it in beige and have the black underlined. At any rate, I think that would be gorgeous. And then here's another dress. That looks more like a cover-up to me. Oh, now we've got coats. It just has everything in here. There's some coats and a little jacket and another coat. What else? What else? Whoops. Here's a cardigan and a pullover sweater for a man. And then we have a cardigan. And, those were really popular back in the 70s. Like for like a tennis sweater. Do you guys remember that? Most of you are probably too young. I remember it. I was a child, but I still remember. A lot of people wore those. And baby stuff. Oh my gosh. How cute is that? Oh my goodness. I need a baby to knit for. I need some grandchildren. Or a neighbor with a baby. I don't care. I'll knit for any baby. I think that's it. Oh, one more. And then I think the rest are patterns. Which is a good thing because Dottie is starving to death. She had breakfast, but yet she's starving. So anyways, that was Knit It. It's Today's Women. And it's from 1968. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you guys like looking at the vintage magazines. I know I like to look through them, and occasionally I like to knit from them. I have a cardigan, which I need to pull out. It's made out of fingering yarn, and I use cotton lin, which is, I think it's brown sheep. It's wool and cotton together, and it's fingering weight, and it's just really pretty. It's like a camel color, and it's a diamond shape, and it's from Vintage Pattern. And I've been thinking about that sweater. It's been in a bag sitting for probably 2 years at least. I need to pull it out and see about finishing it because it's really pretty. Anyways, I guess that's it. I am going on the yarn crawl this weekend with my mom, and we will be going to Austin on Friday and surrounding areas. And then we're going to make our way to San Antonio Friday night, and we will be spending the night in San Antonio. And then we will be going to surrounding areas of San Antonio, including Comfort, Texas, and back down to Houston Saturday night. We wanted to stay 2 nights, but my husband and I have plans for Sunday, and so we really need to be back in town for that. Donnie, come over here. And so the following weekend, we are going to go do Navasota, LaGrange, and Page, Texas, and that will be the following Sunday. So hopefully we can make all of the stores, and hopefully I can take you guys along with me. So watch for me on Periscope, and if you don't catch me on Periscope, you can watch the replay. And if you don't catch me there, I plan on putting together a little video, if I can edit correctly, so you can see some of the stores and some of the things we got to do. So I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. I won't talk to you this weekend because I won't be here, but hopefully I can put something together for you next week. So y'all take care, and I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.